think the honorable thing for our species to do is deny our programming. Stop reproducing. Walk hand in hand into extinction. One last midnight, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal.
Do not trust any friends or family members. I repeat, do not trust friends.
For the first time ever, I have no notes. I was just like, I'm gonna.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah,
Oh, wow!
take a little break. I'm just gonna freestyle this.
I love it. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm almost there. You know, my notes
Shit.
are very sparse. James writes a novel. I'm certain of it.
I actually have notes this time.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Well, you know, for quite a while, actually, I wasn't always taking notes. But then,
Yeah.
sorry, actually, I have to go upstairs and get my notes now. But because like, what would happen would be like, you guys would come up and you would talk about things, and then it would just either be what I had written down in some roundabout way, or be so off topic that I couldn't circle back around to my note. And I was like, this is difficult. So then I just sort of pause them for, it depends what it is. And it depends how fresh it is in my mind.
Yeah, that goes a long way.
Yeah, I reread this for like right before, or like there were a couple. I was like, I'm not reading that again. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
that's fair.
There's a couple where I had notes like, one of them I wrote just sad.
And that's how we do here on the Extinction Agenda with James
and Chris,
the man on the internet most likely to wear a balaclava to an orgy. So today we're doing. You got your notes, James? I'm sorry if I've.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here.
You're good. Okay, you're fucking good.
In full
Fantastic.
Effect, you know,
we're doing Vertigo-Era Weird War Tales. So, Weird War Tales was a comic that ran originally from 1971 to 1983. As I understand it, it was like war comics were always like cool. You could have Sergeant Rock doing stuff, but you couldn't have vampires in Sergeant Rock. And then the Comics Code Authority started to weaken, and they were like, you know what's awesome? Vampires and Sergeant Rock. And horror stories, and like just try to incorporate horror and sci-fi and suspense elements into war comics. And it ran for a really long time. Saying it out loud, like, and I think you get the Kubert, you got Joe Kubert working on some of that shit. You got like some classic names, which I didn't look into whatsoever, but it lasted for a long time, and I'm sure there was at least some good stuff in there. So Alex Alonso working in Vertigo later on, we're like, what does Vertigo do? Vertigo takes old titles and tries to update them for a modern thing. You know, your Sandman, your Animal Man, your Doom Patrol, all that stuff. Not that Doom Patrol was Vertigo. It became Vertigo. But you take these old properties that are kind of jinky, and then you just hand them over to some interesting writers and artists, and you see what they do with them. Because why not? It's a dead intellectual property anyway. Let's make it sing. So this was one of those sort of typical Vertigo efforts. But it was a mini-series. I don't have the full dates, but we're going to do issue 3 and then a special that came out later on. So issue 3 is August 1997, and Weird War Tales special number 1 is later April 2000. What I don't know. I always feel I'm always opening up with this, but like, what do you think of this? I don't know which one of you hand it to though, because it could go either way in terms of like excitement. Because we've in the opening here.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll have a go at
all right.
This little Grant Morrison one that was pretty well. Okay, like a lot of these were about like post-traumatic stress, so they're really depressing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this one, the new toys.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I don't know, it's cool. I like the artwork, the way they did the G.I. Joe and Barbie kind of thing. And then
tell our audience who's doing the art here, though.
Well, yeah. Sorry,
Frank-
I'm coming in.
It's
It's
Frank.
Frank Quitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah, that's
actually,
all.
hilariously, I didn't notice it was him.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Which is funny because you always notice that it's him.
Yeah.
And then Grant Morrison always stands out because his writing's so like cohesive and yeah, I like. It's funny because it's got that like undertone that like they're out to get them, you know, that you're being masked, you know.
Okay. Like the character or you as the reader?
Like you as the reader, like you
Okay.
can't see them, you can't see what's happening.
Yeah.
They want us to keep fighting.
Yeah.
When we're fighting, we can't see what's happening to us. It's just the overtones of the government
Yeah.
controlling your actions and you not being privy to the real information that's happening. And it's done in this really cool way where the G.I. Joes sort of mutiny against him when he's dressed as a woman. Which is like, there's like, so it's just that got that like that funny tone that there's like a child playing with the dolls as the military is playing with him, you know.
Yeah.
And that nobody's privy to the real information that's happening, you know. Nice little package, you know.
Yeah. Chris, how'd you in the Grant Morrison pantheon? Is this is up there with the Invisibles? You loved this?
I actually, it is really fun. I mean, this
Yeah.
is the thing. It's a limitation of like what they get, like 6-7 pages. So given the constraints, I thought that tale was really fun and really good. But no, it's taking on invisible themes, it's taking on very familiar themes, but it's it's just packaging them as quickly as possible and in and out. Overall, I felt, it's an anthology, and anthology are always going to get a mixed bag of things. I felt like a lot of people didn't really understand the assignment. Like, there's not a lot of weird war stuff happening, even in some of them. But with the exception, I really liked. I think Greg Rucka got it, Grant got it.
Yeah.
But the two I didn't even know about these creators, but Robert Rhodey, The Spoils of War, which takes on the Trojan War.
Right.
Really thought highly of that.
Okay.
And, the final one, Edvin Bukovic, the Prayers of the Sun, which is like, man, that guy got in and out and got paid writing like just a few fragments, so good for him. But it's effective. It was a great use of this format.
Yeah, we're getting obviously like way ahead, like from the beginning right to the end, but I might as well comment on it now since you brought it up. I absolutely loved that final comic, A Prayer to the Sun, the one that you were just describing. For me, that was the highlight of all of it. And although it was so sparse and it was just like this elaborate, it was just like an illustrated poem. And that's, and this gets to, I have a lot of trouble with the short story format. I have a lot of troubles with most story formats, right? Because like I don't know what to do with most stories, because most stories don't really truly need to be told, but people like to be entertained, and there's an entertainment industry, and so stories get told. And as a consequence of that, I find myself it's just got to get smaller and smaller and smaller, because I just don't have a lot of time, and then so I've sort of gravitated towards poetry over time. And so like maybe that's the thing that I appreciate about this the most. But I think the images that they incorporated into it are really telling, like just this universal nature of war. Like it's all these cultures over all time and space on planet Earth, and it's all the same fucking bullshit over and over.
Yeah.
And it's just this prayer to like, I just don't want my man or my loved one to go off to war. And
it's powerful.
Yeah. It's fucking beautiful.
And did you look that guy up?
A little bit. Like I didn't read any of their other work, but I know their basic biography.
Yeah,
it-
and passed died early, 30, which is
yeah, brain
amazing.
tumor.
Yeah, it's awful. Just
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that. And yeah, and I don't, someone who probably, as a Croatian, I think probably at this time
you might have seen
war is
some
happening
war.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was especially sort of poignant. But going back, actually, James, I don't know. Does any of that resonate with you? Were you up on that last one or down on it?
Yeah, I found it. I just found it really sad. That
Yeah,
was the one I wrote. That just sad.
yeah,
it was.
That's fair.
It was just so. It just showcased like death and senseless violence against all men and women.
hmm
And
yeah,
like you say, across all countries, across all cultures, and it was just um, it's just like that was part of the thing that I kept picking up the post traumatic stress, like the ongoing stress,
yeah.
I did feel like the Weird War Tales #3 was better.
hmm
I liked Sniper's Alley. I did find it a little more dense than some of the other stories, but I like what he crammed into it. I like the little mini love story in it, and I like the opening where he's sort of just discussing that he's just a tool. Like at that point,
Yeah.
life's worthless, and that's bonkers. To be reduced to that in war. So that was a cool one for me. Run I
hmm
thought was a little weak in that set. It was like you guys said, I think Chris hit the nail on the head too, because I think that there's an assignment to tell a weird war story. Some people took it as I'm going to tell a war story with a twist. It's just
Yeah.
a mini war story. There's going to be a mini twist. It's not clever or thoughtful. It's just 100 times done. And the captain gave us bad orders. We're all going to die out here on this hill. Okay, that's great. And so I don't know. That one was soft for me, but the book from from 2000 was great also.
hmm
I don't know if you guys want to chat a little bit about that one, but
Well, I kind of want to respond to some of the things he said about the
yeah. Sorry, please.
yeah, the Sniper Alley thing. Yeah, I liked it just fine. It told a full and coherent story, and the art was serviceable for the purpose. Maybe even more so. Now, kind of looking at it now, it definitely passes the does not need words test. But good lord, there's a lot of words.
Yeah,
The
maybe not necessary.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is right, because you got like 8 pages or whatever it was to get it across. I don't know why he has to. I think okay, so that one I feel is about how war pits family against family, loves against one another. You might be on opposite side. This is often depicted in war comics or war stories, like in serialized fashions. Just about the way that war fragments and um, uh, even just people within a nation. So I guess in this instance there's two. So I'm sorry, where is this? This is this is Sarajevo. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
So what? It's the Serbs, and who's on the other side of the Serbs? I'm so sorry.
Croats.
Right, it is the Croats. Of course, we
Yeah.
were just talking about that. So the Serbs and the Croats are, you would imagine they are citizens together. And then there's a war, and suddenly they're not citizens anymore. They're like adversaries. I know it's not as simple as that, but that's kind of what's being clearly gestured to here.
I've mentioned this before. My wife's Croatian and has a lot of family back there. And they're when they go back, they'll go through a village or visit family, and they'll be like, oh, here's the bullet holes from where we got shot at during the war. But there's also this
Jesus
sense
Christ.
of like people are, like there are places where there might still be landmines, but it's also, there's, from my understanding, there's not a lot of lingering resentment towards the Serbs. Like it's sort of like, they're our neighbors. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, but
Yeah,
that identity, like, this is a tangent, but like,
sure.
there may be more of a lingering resentment here, like when your identity is formed, and you're like holding on to like this idea of a homeland. Some people might still feel like a bit of animosity towards that isn't felt because, like, yeah, like they are neighbors. It's like it's people that you've grown up with, and like, you kind of get back to life as life is.
Yeah. There was a movie sorry, if I can't think of it quickly, I'm just going to drop it. I saw it a few years ago. No, I'm not going to find it quickly, but someone sort of depicts this. Oh shit. Anyway, it's not the first time it's been depicted, but it was like a 2021 movie or a 2022 movie that really kind of goes into the horror of that experience and then the reintegration. It kind of jumps around in time. But anyway, that's not a helpful thing to mention since I can't remember the name of the fucking movie. Run. Okay. This one, not great. The art's a little murky. It's very, it's George Pratt. I've never liked George Pratt. But I do see like seeds of, who's that Temple Smith guy? The guy that did 30 Days a Night. I can see some Jeff Lemire, like not like influence, right? Because I think Pratt's an old school fella. That's not to say that it's good. I'm just thinking about it. I liked this one a little bit because this is like the absurdity of war sort of thing. I mean, it's really ham-fisted about it, but you're gonna march, and so then there are two, and it has something to say about like the, I guess it would be the bystander effect, right? Everybody's standing around. They all see something wrong happening, but nobody wants to take the action to do anything about it because that would break social norms. And
Right.
as a consequence, absurdity results, right?
Do you know, is this an actual episode? Like, I think I've heard things like that, but I feel I might just be falsely reconstructing it. But basically, the idea is that it generally has ordered them, you're going to approach the Germans, but British soldiers don't run. That's that's weak. So you're going to march proudly and just kind of like show what you're made of. And everyone's like, this is fucked.
Yeah. I don't, I can't imagine that that's real. Particularly maybe early in the war, there was this crazy idea that they could march or whatever, but I don't think so. Like when there's mortar and machine guns going on, I don't think that anybody orders that for any reason. But what this comic presupposes is maybe somebody does. Yeah, I don't know. I get what they were driving at, but I was like, I don't know, that didn't really look good, and I don't know who these people are, and
it's awful to look at. Like it's so murky. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eye doesn't want to engage with this.
Yeah, and not just because it's a hateful subject to like all free thinking individuals. It's yeah, it's tough. Like I think I commented on George Pratt previously. He did like Enemy Ace. He did an Enemy Ace story, and like I was like, oh shit, Enemy Ace, and I opened it up and I was like, nope, not today. I'm just gonna put that away, and I said goodbye to George Pratt for the rest of my life. Is what I did until today, until now.
Yeah, I remember shitting on some Enemy Ace stories.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think I probably mentioned it because like John Byrne did that Enemy Ace story in that one Christmas comic, which was okay.
Yeah,
but I remember
that one was better.
It's got to be better than George Pratt. Anything else on the first one issue? Actually, Chris, you didn't say anything. Did you have anything like additional say about the new toys thing or?
Oh, yeah, let me flip to it here.
Like you don't have to. I just didn't know, like speak now or forever hold your peace kind of thing.
It's just it was a clever conceit, like the whole, like James was saying, that sense of the, like at first you're not sure. Like it could be this. You got a picture of a kid sleeping in bed, and it could be like someone protecting her, saying like we're like going off to war, but flip the page and like it's clear that this person has the segmented body of a doll, and then you got the hand of a little kid lifting him up. I remember floating, and there was some smoke over the battlefield, and I thought I saw an angel's face. Then I like the they take him to convalesce, like in the Barbie house, and like he's
Mhm.
got the Kit Kat bar there having a tea party. It was just like it was really like playful and cleverly done for the dark material that it was covering.
Yeah. I was thinking of toys because what I
Toy Story.
constructed from
Yeah.
this is like the young girl. So it's a young girl. She's got a girl's room, with all sorts of girly sort of toys. But she at some point picks up a GI Joe doll, but like I assume it's her brother's, and her brother was like in the way that boys sometimes do, absolutely burning and destroying his toys.
Yes.
Um, and so he has like the girl's bedroom experience for a little while, but then the little boy world finds him again, and he's put on court martial. Um, and I just love the one thing I just wanted to comment about this for sure is like, so he's tied to the stake. He's dressed as in Barbie clothes. They put a sack on his head. And so like we're looking at him. It's that 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. Like take aim. We've been fighting the wrong enemy. You've got to stop them. The new toys. Fire. And then he's saying, just look, but it's through the burlap sack that's on his head. Never seen that before. Beautifully done. And then he's dead. Typical sort of thing you might get from a Quietly, something that obviously Morrison thought of it and maybe even sketched it out, but Frank delivers. And I just love the metaphor for that, like within the whole story, right? We are the burlap sack people, and we're being told to look, and we're being fired upon, etc. But what we're being but having said all that, like it feels like a good metaphor, and then we can't see them, and it's just bugs in the kid's room, and it's like suddenly we're doing a case of what's that John Carpenter movie, with the obey and whatnot. Them.
Oh yeah,
What?
They live.
They live.
They live.
Thank you. They live.
Uh-huh.
So basically, they do a they live on at the end.
But this is
I guess that was
it's also Morrison almost always has an image of some kind of like insectile person or like that's a common recurring
sure.
symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah. That did like the degradation of humanity.
Yeah, your Gregor Mensa, your modernity has made the soul sick, et cetera, et cetera. And then I guess some Lovecraft in there too, like these invisible sort of. Yeah.
What was it in the new X-Men that you put you in the bug room?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is the Black Bug Room.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is 1997. I think there's the germs of a few things. Obviously, the Invisibles is the proper germ for new X-Men, but some of that stuff's at play here too. Like the Black Bug Room. But let's unless there's anything else, let's kick over to Garth and Jim Lee's epic fucking collaboration. Oh Jesus. Okay. James, you're our noted Jim Lee correspondent. How did you feel about this?
Okay, I made notes.
Did you?
On this, but yeah.
Yeah, please.
So he clearly phoned this in. It's line work only, so they have no. Well, you can see they have. I don't think they have an inker or a colorist.
They've got a colorist.
Yeah, well, whatever though.
Yeah, but
whoever that colorist is.
Just hold on for 1 second though, because Jim, it just says art by Jim Lee. I didn't notice that, but yeah, you're right. There's no inker, or if there's got to be inks, right, in order to produce it. But I mean, he's penciling and inking himself here, sort of.
Yeah. It was just like watercolored over, kind of just and it gave it an aesthetic. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've seen way worse art. Let's start there. Okay, yeah. But the big thing for Garth Ennis is Garth Ennis writes for if we're not kidding ourselves, Steve Dillon, right?
Yes.
So he's writing for the most expressive facial comic worker in history.
Mhm.
Try and take that away from me if you want. Maybe you can, but
No.
it would be a tough challenge, I think. And then and Jim Lee's one of the greats. So even a little car ride like this is just rendered very well. The photographs are very cool. The space is tight. Everything's done how it's supposed to be done, but he's just the worst at facial expressions.
It's true.
He can't fucking do it. So everyone has this fucking static Batman face, and it's just not like, and there's no action. Like, no one's getting kicked through a fucking plate glass window. No one's getting a gun drawn on them. No one's jumping from the ceiling. So we have a real problem here for Jim Lee. So I mean, like, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Like, every face looks the fucking same, and you're doing like it's like a psychological horror. So they're retelling a story, and then Nosh comes out at the end and tells this, like, when the coloring turns to kind of red, that they've been experimented on or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just a nightmare story, and it's very cool, but it's lacking because of that. So.
I think it picks up at the end. You're exactly right. Like, as it's starting to reach its climax, Jim finally becomes useful and is able to sort of deliver something, which I didn't really think about. Like, that he has a knack for mood. But even then, like, I'm looking at this guy sweating, and like, I wouldn't know if he, like, it's maybe the closest to an emotional expression that we've gotten so far.
Yeah, the last page, the very last page.
Yeah, God bless him. Like, I can see him trying. Like, he's really trying to stretch his wings here, and he's working with Garth Ennis, and he just must feel like the belle of the ball right now. But anyway, I did detect in this, though, the origin of Crossed.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You saw this too, because like the experiment is like, we're just gonna remove all your inhibitions, and you're gonna rape women and be fucked up. But it's all these special forces guys talking about it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it's just a different. It's like a refraction of what's constantly happening in Garth's head with respect
Jesus
to Crossed,
Christ.
I guess. Yeah, it's okay. You got soldiers, and you got horror, and you got all this stuff, and you, like, at any given moment, this I don't know, fucking, you could triangulate most of his output probably from this. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's a Rosetta Stone, but it's a Rosetta Stone, I think.
That's funny. I didn't think of that, but it's perfect. Yeah, it's the especially the experiment gone wrong kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's just one little nudge from being
your typical Garth fare. The only thing missing, of course, is the love story. Like, he that is missing. So this is like the masculine energy of Garth.
It's a bro story.
Ready?
Yeah,
Say
there's
that again.
guys.
Yeah.
They're taking pictures of each other's butts, like bro style. There's some love there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That made me think. There's a poet, John Ashbery, who, like, he was asked like how he writes, and he's like, "There's always a poem going on in my brain. I just snip off a fragment." Like, that's like, that is, yeah, this is Garth for sure.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
always an atrocity going on in my brain.
I love that.
To come out.
Yeah.
I liked one little clever thing that this one does, because it's so much about these photographs, and like, they're sitting in a car, they've gone fishing in Scotland, and like he's pulled out these not illicit photos, but like you're not supposed to take pictures like this, and like a buddy's done him a favor, but then interestingly, when his buddy holds up the reverse side of the photo, it's like this black square. It's sort of like hinting at the fact that like there's this blank space in their memory. And
Yeah.
then dude has that thought about photographs. Like he says, snapshots, just little bits of some big thing that you've done, like when you were on holiday or whatever, when you were pissed or high or fuck, getting bleeding shot at, so you can't remember everything you got up to. And you look at them and think, Jesus, what the fuck was I doing there? But
Hmm.
that's a little like Grant doesn't do a lot of meta stuff, or sorry, Garth doesn't do a lot of meta stuff. But like that's comic panels right there.
Yeah, I thought about
Uh,
that as
and
well. Yeah.
yeah, and so much of
Yeah.
this is about the spaces, like what they don't remember doing. The
Hmm.
thing I did not like about this comic, or I don't know, like it's cool because it's got like the momentum of like horror of the revelation coming out. But when you think about what's happened, like he's dropped them off on a little village in, is it in
Afghanistan
Iraq?
somewhere.
Yeah. Um,
Oh
and
no, it must be Iraq. This is 2000, so this is not. This is whoa. This is pre.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're
Okay.
talking about
Yeah.
how like the people who that they've been working for aren't that great either.
Hmm.
It's just sort of like he's taken them to a village and they've exterminated basically 200 people. Um, the photograph that he pulls out to show, like, sorry folks, but like there's a secret dossier, and like the thing that you see on top of it is Corporal Harris raping a child. Like you don't see the picture obviously, but he looks at it and he's like, his face is just horror. And like that's then the sales pitch at the end is like, hey, do you boys want to like if you continue on with this experiment, you're going to start remembering the things that you did. So we can stop. I can let you go now, or you can be the boys who always get the job done. And they're
Yeah.
like, fuck, sounds good. Let's do it. Like that. But nothing that they've been presented with suggests that any sane human being or any human being at all would be like, great.
And nothing the audience has been. I think more importantly, like nothing the audience has seen from these men gives you the impression that these are the sort of hard asses that were like, yeah, I want to be raping women and children and remembering it. That's getting
Exactly.
the
It's
job
insane.
done. Um, yeah,
It
it's
hangs
not well
together
done.
very loose. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the whole thing's flat as fuck,
Yeah.
but still though interesting that it happened, I
Yeah.
guess.
And
I
that it anticipates cross, like you said.
Yeah. I think by several years. like this is 2000. Cross isn't going to come out until like 2008. So, um, yeah, I think when you're saddled with Jim Lee, I think you're going to shit the bed no matter what you do if you're Garth. Unless you like, it was kind of actually ballsy to take Jim Lee and go like, I'm just going to put 4 dudes in a car. Like it's almost like he's fucking with them. And Jim's like, oh, he's probably sweating bricks every night.
I love that.
Yeah. Because there's lots of
I
ways.
always imagine Jim just being like, I'm the best in the world. Just drawing it and being really happy with it.
Well, he's doing his best. Like I gotta say, like this is you. God bless him. He's really doing his best. He's trying. He's a serious creator of sequential artistic product.
If like 75% of everything else we read wasn't worse, we'd have a leg to stand on here shitting on Jim. But it's pretty tough.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, let's move on to Imagine then. Miles Gunter, who I did not look up at all because Marcello Frusin, who did a huge run on Hellblazer with I looked this up. He did with Brian Azzarello and Mike Carey, and so I was like, wow, this is like the most vanilla Vertigo shit. And he was at the center of it the whole time. You know, I'm sure it was fine. Like Mike Carey's got some chops, but I was like, I don't know. Brian Azzarello and Mike Carey. Although I hear good things about Brian Azzarello's Hellblazer, but I don't know. I'm skeptical. And we've never done the Pepsi challenge on old Brian, so anyway, none of those people are involved. I just really like the art. The Frusin. Thought it was all right.
Yeah, this one's good. This one, the art was like really cohesive and clean. The coloring and the tone. And then also the little like the horror flashes of things he's imagining within his art. And then then the end was hokey as fuck. My eyes were burned out. and my art was taken away. I don't know what to. I don't like the
It's a bit more than that.
The metaphors are a little.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he was driving at, but like it's kind of an ironic reversal. So that's this dude. He's
That's
about to
fine.
he's going to be executed. I guess he's in Vietnam, and he's got captured, and he feels he's going to be executed. But then they realize that he has the capacity for art. So the I guess the leader keeps him to draw portraits, and so he draws like beautiful pictures of all this horrible stuff that's happening. In his mind, he's dreaming about like all the pictures that he wants to draw.
Yeah, and he's then drawn one of himself blowtorching them, which he's prophesized them all burning alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to go there.
No, that's it. Like he uses his art to bring things to life, and he uses his art to evoke death. And you're like, well, artists can't actually do that, but that's kind of a funny little story. I thought it was cool when he was like after he got napalmed and like he's covered in bandages and he's screaming. I was like, oh Christ, that doesn't look so good.
And all he can remember is the land of the rising sun and the Asian eye.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that ended the way they wanted. I don't know if it was like the art was really cool.
Yeah, that would be his master. If only he could draw it, it would be his masterpiece. The like the commander's eyes over the sunrise. It's that's something.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of masterpieces, what the fuck did Chuck Dixon do here?
Oh yeah, Chuck.
Yeah, this is bad.
Christ. So Chuck Dixon given his druthers, he's like, you know what I'm going to do in a weird war tale? I'm going to write about the fucking Zulu, and I'm going to incorporate like magic and fucking tribal politics and all this shit. And then I'm going to do a little research because I'm Chuck Dixon, and I'll have some African words, and I'm just going to pretend that all of this is legit. And then it's going to have the stupidest fucking ending that was telegraphed from a mile away.
It's the Macbeth ending.
Oh Christ! Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like that's giving it far too much credit. Like there's
no. He makes it dumber, so that gives it exactly the amount of credit that Chuck Dixon deserves.
Okay, yeah.
So anytime because Chucky is a lauded and successful racist, right?
Yep.
Very probably, yeah.
It's just funny to see him. Maybe, but just he's an idiot. Anyway, so whenever he puts himself out there and he decides that he's going to represent people of other cultures, it's a hard takedown, you know?
Yeah. What do we think about the art?
I was going to say, very enthusiastically playing along here.
So I know this Alcatana. I didn't look him up. I probably should. I mean, he's fuck. Okay, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth on anything, but I've him and Chucky teamed up with a Batman comic. It's a Batman pirate story from 1994. It's Detective Comics Annual number 7 or some shit like that, and it's very good. It looks amazing. This art is not his best art. I don't know what was going on.
He's very good.
Yeah, I've seen better though.
Not here. Not here. I mean, okay. If you Google him.
Oh, I see. You're looking around. Yeah, I just
yeah.
I kind of like, I don't know what was going on. This is 4 years later from that earlier work. He might have been older at this point. He's still alive now. He's from Argentina. There we go. Yeah. And Chuck really liked and likes to work with South American, sort of ironically, he likes to work with South American artists quite a bit. And he seems to vibe with them in a way and sort of seeks them out, or did when he had sort of clout in comics. Anyway, that's all. Just wanted to kind of comment on that. Fucking dumb story.
Yeah, so he's just voodoo cursed. He was cursed.
Yeah.
In the same way that if you make a deal with the devil, you're cursed.
Yeah.
And then
the turkey's a little dry.
The Lord of the Rings, you get the Lord of the Rings no man thing at the end. And that's
Yeah. So he's like, he's going into battle against the British. He's seeking protection. So he's like, I'm shielded. I have my shield. I have a magic earring that I got from a woman in the wilderness, because he's asked for protection from the white man's guns, so that he can have many children to protect. And for whatever reason, she's like, this is an outrageous request, and like, you must die for this. Also, like, very confusing. But
maybe it's because he's like, I want to have sons, and so he is murdered by the very thing that he wants to have.
Oh, I didn't connect that. You're right. A little boy.
Way to go, Chucky.
What a twist.
Fucking Jesus Christ, Chuck.
Yeah. So no man's rifle will bring him down, and a little boy with a handgun takes him out.
Spoilers.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just incredible. I don't even. I just think about this thing coming across Alex Alonso's desk, and like, what did he shake it? What did he shake his head?
Like, what?
Yeah. No, because like the editor, I mean, like, this would have been delivered to him, and he would have just been like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're publishing this." Like, it's not strictly speaking racist, so all right.
No, but, yeah, exactly. Why is the question?
Fucking yeah. Anyway, choices were made.
I do like that. There's one image of like a British soldier in his red coat, and like he has, God, GAWD, and he just looks like such a hick.
Right. I see. Yeah, right. So I thought you were talking about the truly, really awesome image of horror, like violence, when one of those fucking redcoats gets slashed at the throat. Ha! Ishuthu!
The spear.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Chris, you're gonna have to sell me on the spoils of war.
Okay.
Well, maybe not sell me. Maybe that's not the good framing for this. But like, I didn't quite care for it. I love the colors. I really love the colors. And I saw obviously they're going for the classical Iliad shit, right? So they're going deep. But anyway.
So you guys are art guys, and like maybe this is a little off-putting, this sort of like sketchy style too. But I liked there's like especially on page 2, there's like almost a nightmarish quality of so basically we got Menelaus, and like they've won the Trojan War, and the siege is over, war is won, and all he has to do is go and claim Helen. And so he's going up the tower, coming across people. But like what I love about this, like, because it's a familiar story, obviously, but there is an internal monologue that he has, and there's a turmoil he feels because he's weighed down by all of these losses. Like, what is this victory? Everyone that he's loved, everyone that he knows is dead. Like all the Greek heroes, and it's all been about this honor that now just seems very hollow. Like everything looks like madness. He's haunted by all these people, like these ghosts and shades that are his memories. Like a torrent of blood that he had to sacrifice his own daughter to get there. So just as he's going up the stairs, like even the queens of Troy are, ask him like, what? Troy is ashes. I care only for Helen, and they're like, what price? What woman is worth this? Like, how could this possibly be worth it? He's like, none but the most beautiful of all. And the ironic twist, of course, it's been 10 years, and when he finally gets to Helen, like, she's an older woman, and like she's not the beauty that he remembers. But there's I love the element, that internal conflict of him having to present himself in a way, carry himself with the dignity of this thing, and to justify all the costs that have come to his men when he comes back down from that tower. And like they're like, oh, who is that? Oh no, right, of course, Helen. And like they all have to pretend that it was worth it. I thought that was cool.
I like it. I like it in principle. I think she's depicted as far too old. I know that, I know they try to sell it like 10 long years, cold chapping wind, to the brink of starvation and then beyond. Like, she was part of a sieged. She would have starved to an extent, but I mean, like, she just turned into Queen Elizabeth. Yeah.
It's a bit much. Yeah.
So I recognize this guy. Like, while you were speaking, I wasn't ignoring you, but I was like, this Frank Tarrant, why do I know that guy? He used to do covers for Chuck Dixon's Punisher comics. He also illustrated some of the Chuck Dixon Punisher comics that I've reviewed in the past. Neither here nor there, but this is a couple years afterwards.
He does remind me a little bit of the Max artist.
Sam Keith. That's interesting.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of like a vibe there in terms of like where he makes his black work and how he does that, like that nasty sketch quality, and it is horrific. It does have like a real grime to it, a real madness kind of look to it. I know what you mean. The art was not an issue for me, and I see like thematically what they were doing. I don't know. I feel like you gave the story a more beautiful telling than this guy did.
And I think that's exactly it. I think that it succumbed to a temptation that some people have when they engage with the mythology stuff to try to what do they say about Michael Bay movies? Like, they're like, how come you showed that explosion from 17 different angles? And they're like, well, you put all the money on the screen. And you see it all the time. Another example was Jackie Chan, when like some of his stunts, they'd show them 5 times, just to show like, this is it. People who are into the classics, they really want to put all the shit on the screen, because they think that that's the hot shit, but it's fucking boring. I don't know who, I know who King Priam is, but I really don't. I don't know the Iliad. I don't know the Odyssey. I know the Odyssey much better, but all these names and all this stuff, it doesn't mean anything to me, and it doesn't make you seem more intelligent, and it doesn't make your comic any better. So just leave that shit out of there. Like, the story you want to tell doesn't require you to show us your classics degree. And I know I'm being kind of hypocritical given my background in saying that, but I don't know, it fucking irritates me. And it slows everything down to a fucking crawl. And
knowing some of this, I think I do like that. Yeah, maybe I'm guilty of enjoying the all these illusions and stuff.
But it's not an illusion. It's not an illusion. It's just a list of names. That's it.
But
and some pictures of horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. And I guess they're really banking on there's a subset of the readership that this is just gonna, and maybe that's fair. Maybe I'm out of touch with comic book readership.
That's what be the first time. Here is that Chris it resonated more with him because of his knowledge of the historical event. And then for me, I was like, I bared down on the gag, where it's like, oh, she's old at the end. Okay. And then I just I categorized this with Run. I was like, you got me. It did twist on me. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It is and I think maybe that's another thing that kind of grinds my gears. Is it's kind of it's a cheap twist, but I guess you only get 8 minutes and 8 pages or so.
That's, I don't know. I guess I've thought about that a lot, like the most beautiful woman in the world thing, and would that what would that mean? And like, is it just that like somebody had access to the cosmetics in like in a time when like a lot of people wouldn't? Like that, I don't know. It's just like it's always struck me as kind of funny. So maybe that's part of like what you can do it too. I think there's also I don't know. I might just be reading into this too, but I looked Rhodey up, and he was like very outly gay, and I just like I was thinking about this is a story basically of like heteronormativity and like just like how the entire world grinds to a halt because like some guy's wife runs off on him or like is I don't know whatever I guess she's kidnapped but the whole like just like all this destruction that comes from it and I just thought maybe I don't know it struck me as something that there might be a slant on that.
Well, it is fucked up. The central conceit. And I'll be honest, I never really gave it due consideration because I like Helen is ostensibly the cause of the Trojan War and all that stuff. But like I didn't think it was because she was really beautiful. She just sort of represented property that was stolen, right? Her beauty just means like beauty equals riches, beauty equals I guess maybe the historian in me was just like, well, that's what's at play there. But if I didn't take that route and I was just like, okay, like what would it mean for an entire world to go to war over a woman's beauty, like that is fucked up. And that makes it more about like masculinity. It makes it more about like competition culture and all that stuff. Like sort of superficial. Yeah, but that stuff was all at play. Like, I get it. I get the joke at the end. I think I'm halfway between the two of you in that, like, I saw the resonances. I just thought that there was just too much of it. Just a fewer less names, and we're going to get the same effect, and the art gets more room to breathe, and then we're done. And that's like, yeah. That's a long time on this one. We can move on to Minefield with Bruce Jones, noted pedophile Bruce Jones, and actually, you know what? Let me double check that. But I remember he was writing Wonder Man when we were doing Operation Galactic Storm, and I had to just do a little like, oh, this guy had a past. Pretty sure it's the same fucking guy. Not actor, no. Anyway, talk amongst yourselves while I figure this out. What did you think of this with the Paul Pope art? James, you hate Paul Pope. What did you think of the Paul Pope?
I liked Paul Pope today.
Okay, all right, good stuff.
I don't know how you guys took him, but like actually, this was one of my better commentaries on art. I think.
Okay, wrong person. Bruce Jones is not who I thought he was. I'm glad I looked this up.
Wow,
I'm thinking of a different Jones. So sorry,
Bruce.
I'm gonna figure out who I was thinking of while you're talking.
Yeah. So oh Jesus. Okay. So not sorry, Bruce Jones. Anyway, the art in this one, Paul Pope was I really like the unique.
Sorry, Jared Jones is who I was thinking of. I'll shut up now.
Okay, yeah, sorry. No, that's okay. That's Jesus. Anyway, I like the location in this one and the use of color.
The color's great. It's the same colorist from the previous story.
Really?
Lee Lawridge.
Well, he was out here doing the good work because this was very cool, and this was to me this like had the undertone of the bugs. The bugs are back, yeah, but it's just sad, and it has the post traumatic stress. There's damage done, and you're not going to resume a normal life. You can clean and engage in normal activities, and there's just going to be some things that are stripped away. Mm-hmm. And like a lot of these had that undertone.
Yeah.
Like, or not really, like not overtly. Like this was the only one I think that overtly was like, this is post-traumatic stress or whatever, right? But they all had little seeds of it. Because it's the biggest thing, man. It's the biggest war thing to me too. So I think everybody got it, But this was fucked too, because it was a weird little horror story with these little cockroaches sort of like invading his mind, and then he starts negotiating with them. And then I guess there's a nude poster that he sort of like talks himself into.
Yeah, he's going in and out of like these psychoses that like he's just like, they cut off my left arm, and you can see that he still has his left arm, but he's just not using it. Yeah. You're like, what the? And then he'll sort of daydream and like enter into pictures or whatever. And it's implied at the end that he's a post-apocalyptic survivor, like kind of in a bunker. But whether that's true or not, or whether that's just a continuation of the metaphor, is another thing. Yeah. Chris, would you say this guy got the assignment, or?
I really didn't care for this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was just confused about like everything, like what it was supposed to be, but it was like, and that's a sign of its success. Like, it was really trying to throw you, but yeah, I mean, what you guys are saying, sure, I'll buy that. Like, it could be the post-apocalyptic thing. I guess I was kind of skimming it because it was wordy, and I guess I didn't even really connect him as a soldier. So I think part of me was like, how is this a weird war? Like, is his war with the bugs? Like, is that what's going on? He's got like
well, he is exterminating
a grenade at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this has like, and I didn't love it, but it evokes a mood. I think that's primarily what this thing does. Like, it doesn't really tell a story.
Yeah.
It evokes a mood, and I think the art and the color especially is very good at that.
The color is great. Yeah. It like really, like, a couple things will be highlighted on a page, like, and all kind of done in a color, and like it's effective.
Yeah, and and actually all the colors start to sort of merge later on, and like you get like yellow. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's going to say, I read it as he literally got a new apartment. He's a soldier with post-traumatic stress, and this one fucking line. I could use a woman. Ha! Who couldn't? I miss the medication, but I'm told I'll do fine without it. And then you can just see him slip farther into whatever, schizophrenia or post-traumatic stress, as the medication continues to wear off.
Yeah.
And then by the end, you're in like some fucking fantasy realm.
Yeah, fair. That is definitely something that you could take from this, and I would, I'd be hard pressed to say that you were wrong. The only thing that adds to the idea that it's all sort of in his fucking brain because he's in a post-apocalyptic world is that first opening image, that wide shot of the house, like, where is that? What is that? Right? Like, it shows a house, but there's no neighborhood. There's no nothing, right? So, like,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But that's the point of the story. Like it's not a mistake. It's all of this is it's interpretive, man. He's got like a little dollhouse in the shape of the house that we were shown at the beginning of the story, and so
yeah, that's fucking with me too a little bit, because is he just sort of like moving into that house in his head?
And that does seem to be what's happening. And I love this image of the six angels greeted me, one of them kissing away the last remains of the pain. Fucking beautiful imagery. So, not a great story, but some cool moments, illustrated well, and an overall kind of fucking crazy mood. So, which brings us, I think, like, finally, is this our last? Yeah, because we already did the last comic. It brings us fucking Greg Rucka. Chris, did Greg Rucka get the assignment?
He did get the assignment, but it was not a good story. So 50-50,
Yeah. A for effort.
Yeah. I don't think Greg can handle this. Like, Greg's great at realistic comics, so the art doesn't help on this one too. I don't know everything's blocky and weird looking. Murky.
I didn't look up this artist. Same colorist again. So I guess the guy like colored the whole fucking comic, maybe, except for the first one. Jim Lee thing. Jim Lee only gets colored by Wildstorm FX. That's got to be part of his fucking contracts, man. He gets his anyway, whatever.
Oh, they probably just sent it in like that. Here, Jim's work's done.
Jim did it. That's how he talks about himself. Jim's work is done here.
Oh, you colored it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we got 2 Green Berets, and they were a couple of ass kicking dudes back in Nam, I think. But
Seems it.
Our narrator led his troop into an ambush one day, and the 2 of them were saved only by some sort of like phantom platoon that came like mopped up the enemies. Buddy gets cancer from Agent Orange, and our narrator bails him out to gun him down, like put him out of his misery, so that he can join that same phantom platoon that rescued him and live on in glory forever.
And so it's fucked up because, like, I think like Greg, every other comic in this is sort of anti-World War, anti-soldier. I feel like I'd have to think about it, but like generally speaking, it was like war is stupid and soldiers are idiots, and who live in horror inappropriately. You know, just like, you know, contrary to all the grace of human life. And this comic doesn't say that. It's like you might die as a soldier in a sort of horrific way, but you'll live on as like a ghost soldier, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
This is
kind of
message.
it's true. This was like a dicks out kind of like more of a Team 7 type of vibe for the soldier. It was like, no, being a soldier is not only awesome, but you're tough as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and you'll be buried in the flag, and then you're just gonna go on with like so it's like, I guess it's like a black guy that fought on the American side, and then there's some sort of revolutionary dude. Like, what are we looking at here? There's someone from World War II. Yeah, there's someone from World War One.
They're like American Valkyries, like, you know, who have like or like they've ascended into the America Valhalla forever.
Yeah. We got World War II, we got World War One, we got the Revolutionary War, we've got the Civil War, and then I don't know what that dude in the back is. I guess maybe he's Korea rather than Vietnam. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to think about this too much, but it's just like the spirits of imperialism past, fucking resurrected here.
Yeah, you'll serve forever.
You'll serve forever. That's horrible, but it's not presented as horrible. It's like, yay! So, I'm really disappointed with Greg. This was stupid.
No, this is awesome.
Like I just kneeled his buddy down beside like a grave that he's dug.
Yeah.
Man.
No more pain. No more pain, Ike. This guy needs to talk to that other guy who had the 6 angels greeted me, kissing away the last remnants of pain. You know, like, they need to hang out. Maybe they will in the eternal forever. And then that leaves us with the prayer to the sun, which I guess it's just worth saying again that it was a beautiful comic and definitely one you should look at. A wonderful anti-war comic.
I'll sign off on that.
Yeah.
So, okay. I assume that's it. We're good.
Yeah.
We did a lot of that. Was far more than I thought we were going to get out of that. So,
yeah.
I'm glad. No, I am glad I added the extra comic, though. I don't think like the special by itself would have done the trick. So next week we're doing Adrian. What's the Adrian Lines? Jacob's Ladder.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, this is James. Have you ever seen Jacob's Ladder?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have a good time. This is a classic.
Yeah.
So audience members, if you're excited about treats, you've never seen Jacob's Ladder. Obviously, you got to watch it before you talk. Before you listen to us talk. But I mean, like, I don't know. I've listened to lots of podcasts where like people are talking about things I don't know what they're talking about. sometimes that's just enjoyable. And if that's who you are, we welcome you. But you're an idiot. Watch Jacob's Ladder.
Calm down, will ya?
You want a problem? You got it.
Tony, be careful.
Hell is that? Hey, where you going? Let's go. Come on back. I see you got a nice flame job here, Peter. I'm gonna give you a little touch-up. Just a little touch-up for you.